5 weeks ago, I started the Carnivore Diet. It's been a very, very interesting journey. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Mark. I'm a 58-year-old full-time ultra distance runner, and it's my job to go running every day. So there we go. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking more about what I call my carnivore hangover. Yes, it's been 5 weeks since I started the carnivore diet, and after 3 weeks, I had a few problems that I found out through a blood test. And I decided to slowly transition myself a little bit off carnivore and introduce about 10% carbs back into my diet. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about that journey and how I currently feel, what's going on, and also what is the future and what have I got planned for the future. So first of all, let's talk about what actually happened. So after 3 weeks of being on carnivore, I felt absolutely terrible. I know it's not long into the carnivore journey, but I just felt within myself there was something wrong and I wanted to go and get it checked out. So thankfully, I decided to go and get some blood tests, and during that journey I found out that I've got something going on with my kidneys. Now I didn't know what it was at that stage, so I went off and had ultrasounds and a whole lot of other tests related to my kidneys. And the good news to report today is that my kidneys are okay. I've just got some blood marker deficiencies when it comes to my kidney readings, and I need to be a little bit careful. So I decided to take a few weeks out where I would just bring myself slowly off carnivore or hardcore carnivore and just reintroduce some carbs, get myself settled down again, find out what the medical situation was before deciding what I'm going to do in the future. Now, if you haven't watched my videos before, because I'm an athlete and it's my full-time job, and I have some goals going into the next 3 years of becoming a world champion at ultra distance running. I'm somebody who really is interested in the leading edge of sports science, and I really want to embrace all the new things that have been found out. And part of my journey to go onto carnivore was actually researching a couple of ultra distance people, endurance athletes who had transitioned to carnivore very successfully, and I wanted to see what impact it would have for me. Now, I made some mistakes, and if you're watching the video today, this is not about giving medical advice. I'm not qualified to do so. All I'm doing is sharing my journey, and my journey was that I made a couple of mistakes going into the whole carnivore situation. First of all, I should have got my blood test done right at the very beginning, so I understood what my starting or my benchmark point was, rather than rushing into it and not having that done. I waited until I didn't feel very well and thought that something was going on. So in hindsight, I would definitely have gone and got my blood work done first, so I knew at least where I was starting from. Now I know that things like cholesterol and all that are going to change as we transition in the carnivore diet, and I wasn't concerned that I had very high cholesterol when I had my blood results given back to me, but it was my only concern was around my kidney health. And I said in my previous video, my mother passed away recently. She had kidney disease, and it was just something that's very topical in my mind at the moment. So I wanted to cover my bases as far as that went. Now, since I've started to transition off carnivore, I've started to lose, unfortunately, some of the major benefits. We all know and we talk about often within this community about the benefits of mental clarity from being on carnivore, and that's something that I was definitely experiencing more than I am today. And I miss that. I miss having that real distinct buzz going on in my head. That's the best way to describe it. I'm sorry, I can't come up with any other term. I just feel as I was wired, and I'm not somebody that drinks coffee or Red Bull or all these other stimulant drinks, but I just felt this real connection to self through the mental clarity that I had being on carnivore. So that's something that's definitely changed. Also, my sleeping is not as good as it was when I was on carnivore. I'm a bit more restless in bed at night, not going to sleep into that deep REM sleep that I was, so I missed that also. And on the flip side, the good things is my athletic training performance has increased significantly since I was on carnivore, and that's because I am getting a few carbs into my system, and in addition to the meat that I'm eating, and I haven't stopped eating meat. I'm eating meat now still 5 or 6 times a week at the moment, and I'm going to be steadily increasing that as I move forward. So yesterday I finally got the green light as far as my blood work goes, so I'm happy to report that I've got no serious kidney issues. I've got kidney related blood work that can be fixed by changing those things back in my diet again and making sure that I get those things right. So electrolyte imbalance was a major one. Perhaps I was using the wrong type of electrolytes, I was using not the right quantity, all those sorts of things. This experiment of going on to carnivore for me is really about balancing all those things up in tune with your own body. Now, we're all different, and despite all the wonderful advice that many people give me in the comments, please keep those coming, I love to read them. So I always go with how I feel and how things make me feel as a result of taking them. So my athletic performance has really increased significantly. I've increased my running distances. I'm training at the moment to do a 1,000-mile charity run in the UK that I'm organising. This is in aid of mental health in world sport, and it's something that I'm very, very passionate about. So I want to make sure that I'm able to complete that run. It's going to mean that I'm running a half marathon every day for 60 days. And obviously when you do something as intense as that, you need to be in very good physical and mental condition. So part of the reason of coming off carnivore, full carnivore at the moment, was to get myself just balanced out again, assess where I'm at, what are the things that I've learned from the journey, and then start to reintroduce to the stage that I want to get myself a bit more into the meat volume within my diet. And I'm definitely going to do that over the coming weeks and months as I move forward, because there's no doubt about it. I'm categorically saying for sure that that diet had a major positive impact on me. It was my own lack of thoughtfulness around some of the process that let me down, and I'm going to fix that going forward. So I haven't been lost to the world of carnivore. I'm a big believer still, but I'm also a big believer in you've got to do it right for yourself. And if there's any message I'm sending out there today in this video, it's about making sure that you get it right for yourself. So 2 weeks into the carnivore hangover, as I call it, and everything's going really, really well from an athletic performance. And I like to live at that leading edge of sports science and sports nutrition. So I'm very much into not watching too much about the Dr. Ken Berrys and the Anthony Chaffees and all these people. I'm more interested in the professors at Oklahoma University in America that are doing some amazing research around carnivore and ketogenic diets in ultra-distance athletes. Also came across another one yesterday that was online from Zach Bitter. If you haven't heard of any of his stuff, I'll put some links to his podcast in the description today. And you may not be a sports person or an athlete watching this video today, but we can still learn what the impact of these diets are having on different people. And what I love about the sports world is because the body's being used at an optimal level while people are doing sport, it tends to throw out greater data analysis of what the impact really is on the human body when it's put under stress load and pressures like ultra distance running. So I'm very, very interested in that, getting a lot of wonderful research around that, and I'm sure that's going to help me as I go forward. Now I want to take a moment out to thank everybody who's sending me wonderful comments about their own journey with carnivore. I love reading those. Please keep them coming. So many people are having so many benefits, and it's so good to read, and of all different age groups, genders, different parts of the world. It's fantastic to see that you're having great success. A lot of people with autoimmune disease are being rid of those diseases and are living healthier than they ever have before. So this journey is not all about me. It's about a community that's out there that's trying to do something different in their nutrition and way of eating, and it's having so many positive impacts. I just want to highlight that sometimes it goes wrong for people, and you've got to be real about that. You've got to be realistic. There's reasons why it goes wrong. So yeah, I'm sitting here today and putting my hand on my heart and saying, yeah, I stuffed up in a couple of areas, but That's part of learning, that's part of being a human being. So I'm going to go back and readdress those things and get myself back into the fray as I move forward. So I am going to be making regular videos on this channel about my way of eating and my whole healthy lifestyle around that. I think it's important to share that information so we've not got one story being told out there. I think we need to have everybody's different experiences as we go forward, and that's what we get as a well-rounded, educated community then. And that's something I'm committed to as I move forward with my own journey. So yeah, don't hesitate in dropping me a question if you've got about what I'm doing and how I'm experiencing it. And if you want to share something with me, please drop it in the comments below and I'll make sure I take a look at it. Be nice though, yeah? A few people there getting a little bit carried away and a bit excited. And let's make sure we hold the respect for each other when we're talking about our own bodies and not somebody else's, right? So when I do take those incremental steps going back into more of a carnivore-based diet, I want to make sure I'm getting them right. That's really the message that I'm trying to send out today. So there we go, week 2 after my carnivore session to transition. Looking forward to many more exciting weeks going forward, getting more heavily into the meat world, and also some of the other foods as well that I'm learning can be done in all sorts of different ways, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, well I'll wrap it up for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it doesn't cost you anything, and I'm going to be pumping out regular videos about my journey as I head towards my goal over the next 3 years to try and become a world champion at the ultra distance running, in the ultra distance running world. It's harder to say than it is to do sometimes. So yeah, you'll find all the different things that I get up to as I head towards that journey. So I wish you all a fantastic day out there, and don't forget, eat healthy, eat well, eat what's right for you, and I'll see you again in another video. Till then, bye for now.